guys, welcome to the first episode of SheriSpitFacts by Monica Cherie, which is myself, if you didn't know. So, basically, this first episode is going to be called Leagues. So, we're just going to be talking about like rap leagues, as far as like, this gender of rap and that gender of rap and hip hop and blah, 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 blue, 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 whatever the difference, and, just my opinions on some stuff, because my opinions do matter because I am an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. Now, let's get started. So, part one, rap leagues. Should Lil Yachty be considered a real artist or a rapper? Because he considers himself an artist, right? Not a rapper. That nigga's a rapper. First of all, if you are over a beat and you get to talking the way I'm talking right now, but you adding a little to it, a little rhythm and all that, you're rapping. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're white, black, Asian, Hispanic, whatever you are. You are rapping. You're not talking, you're rapping, okay? Let's just be honest here. Anyway, so let's get into, this whole rap beef thing or whatever, about real rappers and fake rappers and rappers not writing their own stuff. Okay, so as far as someone being a real rapper, if you can spit, you can spit. Like, whether you write your own stuff or don't write it, you can still be a rapper. Like, it's not wrong with that. It is to a certain extent as far as, real artists who actually put all their hard work and time into coming up. Even if they're not getting the beats, they got to come up with the concept of the song, what they're going to be talking about. That takes a lot of work. It is. It's a lot of work. I don't care what nobody says, because you want to make a hit. You don't just want to just be out here just, saying anything or, making a song that's dumb and people not really going to feel it. They just going to be like, oh, I've had people who I've listened to are like that, It's like they don't really have any punchlines, when you listen to it. It's not really fun, It don't make you want to move and bob your head to it, You're either going to be too deep or you're not going to be deep enough. Even one or the other. You ain't gonna be like in between and be like, oh, whatever. People get to the point where they're like, oh, you either have content, political awareness, or you have bars, or you just have ignorant rap. I agree with that 100%. I feel like that's true. You know? I like to rap with bars. I like to say things that are ignorant every now and then. And I like to have songs that are a little bit on a deeper side, as far as flow and everything. People be like, wow, they really went through that. Make you feel something. That's what you want with music. You want it to make you feel. And when an artist gets to the point that they can't really make people feel, that's when, okay, it's maybe time to find another career, That's with anything, Anything you do in the media or something like that, you want people to feel that. When you're teaching, you want people to feel it, You want people to be like, dang, that's the best teacher I ever had. Let's just be honest here. Come on. So, I really like Lil Yachty. I think Lil Yachty's dope. Whether or not he writes his stuff, I don't really care. It makes me feel like, I don't know. Well, that's drawn. But, I don't know what I'm finna be on. Anyway, yeah, so I'll try to hit that note. Anyway, Lil Yachty got that little joint where he's talking about, one night, where you can't really trust females anymore. That made me feel like, dang, like, everybody goes through this, nonsense with the opposite sex where it's like, you give your all to somebody, you thinking they down for you, and, they not the whole time, It's called One Night. It's by Lil Yachty. Look it up. That joint's like full version, not the, half version or whatever. That's what I call it. Anyway, so then, you got people like Nas and, Davies, they in their own lane, Period. Like, you can't really compare Davies to Nas. You can't compare Nas to Davies. None of these people are talking about the exact same thing because they all experienced it in a different way. And that's what being an artist is about. It's about, showing us your experiences, but in a new way. Somebody come out with a new sound, they experienced, it was probably sound the same as something else, but it's the same sound in a new way, you know? That's all it is to being an artist, it's not that difficult, unless you're really not an artist. You gotta love what you do. You gotta be about what you do, It's important out here, A lot of artists, they get mad because people are like, oh, we don't support you. And it's like, you're not really gonna get support, even if it's not from your own people. You might not get a period if don't nobody feel what you're talking about. If don't nobody understand what you're talking about. Can't nobody relate to you because you so up here. You know? People are like, oh, how can y'all relate to Nikki? We can relate to Nikki because we know what it's like to be a female, to feel down and have somebody try to tell you this, that, and the third, and you gotta throw it back in their face like, nah, I am this, I am that, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. I can do this, I can do that. You know? It's a boost of confidence for women. So, I respect Nicki Minaj, as an artist, We got a lot of new up and coming rappers, As far as artists, it's Tammy Roman daughter, Jazz or whatever. Man, go listen to a song by Jazz. Jazz Anderson. That's her Instagram page, I believe. Anyway, she be going in. Like, don't even get it twisted. Like, she be going in. Y'all had that little all out one on Love and Hip Hop. She be going in. Talone Music, she's from actually my area, from the DMV, and I checked out her music recently. She be going in real on some real stuff too. I like Bia, from Pharrell's label. She's I Am Other artist. So, I rock with her too. I rock with myself, Monica Cherie. Look me up on SoundCloud. I be cranking, you know. I'll be having some new singles coming out real soon, so y'all keep on the lookout for that. Anyway, it's a lot of different artists, Unfortunately, I don't really listen to many from my area, except a select few. Right now I really like Will the rapper. He been coming out with little hit after hit. That's the guy who's singing that joint. Pull up, hop out. That joint crank. TT the artist, she's pretty dope. It's another girl called Cora. I think her page is I am Cora or something. I'll get back to y'all with the name of her page. I forgot, but she goes in too, and she's more so of a singer, but she mixes it up a little bit. I like a lot of artists. I like to hear new artists. I like to hear originality. I like to hear something new. I like to hear something fun and funky. One something that's gonna make you dance in the club. I think that's what people like in general. So as far as being an artist, I feel like everybody's in their own league at some point. And you got to stay with your league. You got to do what makes you happy, but also, do what'll help people feel you too. It's still a career, it's still a job. You got to make sure people feel you and understand what you're doing. So, anyway, that's all for today. You know, this vlog is called SheriSpitFacts. Thank you for listening to my episode called Leagues, and get back to me on it. Leave me some commentary. Let me know, some topics, hot topics y'all like me to talk about. So I don't mind talking. As you can see, I love to talk. And I love to talk about music. And I have so much more to say. But I'm not going to get into it today. So holla at me. Bye.